I'm Tyler Austin from Gungnir Strategic. Thank you so much for watching. Today's video, I'm going to be bringing you one of my favorite rifle drills. I call it Ready Up Torture simply because I don't know what else to call it. Sorry if it's a lame name. Either way, I call it Ready Up Torture because it can be rather torturous on some days, depending on the type of day you are having. So it's a static drill. It's one of my favorite static drills, and it really works on ready ups and driving that gun up onto target really fast at different distances. So the distances we are going to be working is going to be 7 yards, 15 yards, 25 yards, and then finally 50 yards. Now, personally, for my ready ups, I work 5 different positions. Those 5 different positions are going to be high port, high ready, low ready, compressed low ready, and then finally low port. I personally work these 5 positions because it runs the gamut of any position my rifle could be in, whether that's in a true ready position like a high ready or low ready, or some sort of movement and safety position like high port, low port, whatever. It really runs the gamut. So by doing those 5 positions, I am practicing driving that gun and that muzzle to target from pretty much any position I could find that muzzle being at any given time, depending on the context and the situation. But feel free to work whatever positions you want. But personally, and what I recommend is working those 5 positions. Now, this drill is a timed drill, so you will need a shot timer. And what this drill is going to look like is you're going to start at 7 yards, and from each ready position, you're going to do 1 round, and you want to, on the buzzer, drive that muzzle from whatever ready position you're doing and get a shot on target on the high thoracic cavity, a high A zone, in under a second or less at 7-yard line. So if you're doing all 5 positions, it's going to be 5 rounds at 7 yards, 1 round with each ready position. And on the buzzer, you want to get a round high center mass in a second or under. Then after that, you're going to move on to the 15-yard line, and you're going to add 0.25 seconds to the time. So on the buzzer at the 15-yard line, you want to get around high center mass in 1.25 seconds. You're going to do your 5 ready positions or whatever ready positions you feel like doing. And then after that, you're going to move on to the 25-yard line and again add 0.25 seconds. So from the 25-yard line, you're going to have 1.5 seconds to drive that muzzle up and get around high center mass. And then from the 50-yard line, this is going to be a little bit different. You're going to add a half second. So from the 50-yard line, you're going to have 2 seconds flat to get around high center mass from whatever ready position you're going to do. And again, for me personally, I'm going to work at each of my 5 ready positions at each distance. This is a good drill to run cold in particular because it's going to really show your ability, at least for that particular day, of how good you are at driving that muzzle up and for those ready positions. So it's a really good drill to run cold, but it can also be ran warm too. It certainly still maintains its value. But in my personal opinion, it's best ran cold. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate the drill for you. I'm going to be using a KP9 for this. It's a PCC, but it doesn't really matter for this drill if it's an actual rifle caliber or a PCC. Either way, that's what I'm going to be using for this. And we're going to start the 7-yard line, and we're going to see how well I do. I am running this cold, by the way. So let's see how I do. All right, this is going to be my first iteration at 7 yards. Again, I want to get all these rounds high thoracic in under a second or under. So I personally start with all my ready positions. I personally go from top to bottom. So yeah, let's see how I do. One, two, two. A little slow. Well, a lot slow, quite frankly. All right. But regardless, that's what it was. Regardless, now we're going to move on to high ready. All right, oh, just over 1.01. That's unfortunate. I guess it's going to be a bit of a torture today. All right. Moving on from there, it's going to be low ready. 0.71, kind of a given, honestly, from low ready. That should be what you expect. All right, now I'm going to move on to compressed low ready. One second flat. All right, I'll take it. And then now we're moving on to low port. 0.99. All right, those are my times. Let's move back to the 25. I'm sorry, the 15. All right, so now I'm at the 15-yard line. And now my goal is to get those hits high center mass in 1.25 seconds. I'm going to start again from top to bottom because that's my personal preference. So starting with high port. 133, so a little over. Okay, high ready. 1.10. Moving on to low ready. 0.91, excellent. Compressed low ready is going to be my next position. Wasn't the greatest shot, but that's all right. 1.91. And finally, low port. A little slow. Okay, it wasn't terrible. 1.28, but still a little over time. All right, now we move on to the 25-yard line. All right, now I'm at the 25-yard line. So now, again, looking to get those hits high center mass in 1.5 seconds, working all those 5 positions. Again, starting from top to bottom, starting with high port. 132, all right, pretty good. High ready. 1.22. Going from there to low ready. 0.86. That one felt really good. And that was low ready, so now compressed low ready. 1.27. And finally, low port. That's why you do a pull. Obviously, that doesn't count because I ran out of ammo. All right, one more time from low port. That wasn't great. Actually, I still made time though. 1.47. It was a little low, but probably still acceptable. All right, now we move on to the 50-yard line. All right, so now I'm at the 50-yard line. Same exact deal, except now we're adding 0.5. So I want to get all those rounds center mass in 2 seconds or under. Still working all the same 5 positions. So starting with high port. I think that was low, but 1.65 I made time. I should have slowed down a little bit on that one. That one's going to be a little bit low. All right, anyways, moving on. High ready. Never mind, my target fell over. Stand by. All right, we're back after having to pick up the target. Apparently, New Hampshire wind did not like that last shot. So now we're moving back on. That was just high ports. Now it's high ready. .160. Okay. Now we move on to low ready. Thank you, brain. 1.10. That was shit hot at 50 yards. And now we're going to move on to compressed low ready. 167. And now finally low port. Sling, wanted to throw a loop there. 1.67. All right, and that's it. Let's go ahead and look at the target. All right, so here's what I got for the target. Most of them definitely were pretty good. I definitely had some not so great flyers. These guys right here and that guy. So those were definitely not acceptable. I did get 2 really good headshots. It's just how it happened when I drove the gun up. Instead of going here, the sight went up here, and it was a good sight picture, so I took it. So obviously those are more than acceptable. Not necessarily what I was going for, but I mean, headshot versus high thoracic, I'll take a headshot. So wasn't my greatest performance, definitely wasn't my worst, but that's how it was starting out cold for today. So that is my Ready Up torture drill. I really like it. Like I said, I think it's a really good drill to start off the range day with. It's not a terribly expensive drill. All in all, it's 20 rounds, so 3/4 or 2/4 or 2/3 of a magazine. And I think each one of those rounds you get a lot of value for. And the entire drill itself, you get a lot of value for those 20 rounds. So it's efficient with its round count, and I think it's effective and it works really well. And it's a very good drill, especially for the times. Depending on your skill level, of course, it can definitely really push you. Now, if you're not at the skill level where you're just consistently going well over time, add time and then start working yourself down and pushing yourself to lower and lower times. The times I'm giving are certainly, they're pretty fast. So if you're not at that skill level yet, then of course add time and then work yourself down as your skill level progresses. Another iteration of this drill that you can do if you have time and more so the ammo you're willing to burn on it, what you can actually do is do 3 rounds at every ready position from each distance. And what you can do on top of that is take an average of the 3 rounds. So whatever from your low ready, let's say you have 3 different times, you take the average of those 3 times, and that is what you did at that distance. That's another really good way to do it. Obviously, it does add round count. So you turn a 20 round drill into a 60 round drill. But if you have the ammo that you're willing to spend on it, that is definitely another good iteration or version of this drill that I do fairly frequently too. Those averages actually, I think, give you a more accurate representation. Because sometimes when you drive the gun up, sometimes you're just going to have bad reps and better reps. And those doing it 3 times gives you kind of a better average. But regardless, that's my Ready Up torture drill. I hope to bring more rifle drills like this to you guys. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you did, please like and subscribe. I'm Tyler Austin from Gun Gear Strategic. Thank you so much for watching.